Hello, YouTube. It's been a while. I'm back. John Avengers here again. And welcome back to Movies That Start with a Consonant Month. And I'm reviewing a really awesome 1990 film that I watched as a kid. This is the first rendition I've ever seen of this character. I've seen many of his older films in the 30s and the 40s as well. And I never read the comic strip, but this is an awesome movie nonetheless. It's very faithful. Dick Tracy, starring Warren Beatty and directed by Warren Beatty. Now, I saw this film when I was a little kid. I saw it after the '89 Batman, and it has a lot of similarities to it. One thing is that it's got the music is composed by Danny Elfman, who did the first Batman and Batman Returns. So it sounds like Batman at times. Really epic score. It has the look of Batman. It has that stylish whatchamacallit, it has the style of Batman '89, that noir look from the old 1930s and 40s films. And also, it's basically a mob movie but with a lot of action, and it's really funny. Like, listen to these reviews. You got Siskel and Ebert, may they both rest in peace. 2 thumbs up. The picture is extraordinary. It's a really good movie. Yes, it is. Hysterically funny. New York Daily News. Great movie making. Good Morning America. It is, because it's a period piece. That's what I meant. Like, the Captain America: The First Avenger. Brash, irresistible fun. The best comic strip movie yet. Time Magazine and Los Angeles Times. I agree with all those reviewers. What this movie needs is features, because it never got any special features, and it has one hell of a cast. You got Warren Beatty playing Dick Tracy. You got Al Pacino playing Big Boy Caprice. You got freaking Dustin Hoffman as Mumbles. You got William Forsythe, Charles Durning, Glenn Headley, Paul Sorvino, Dick Van Dyke. This is before he did Night at the Museum. Charlie Karsmo, and Madonna, who, yes, is in the movie as well. But I'm going to say some things about her. I'll get to that. The film has great, whatchamacallit, like musical numbers, and they don't fit in the movie. They don't feel out of place. The costumes are fan-freaking-tastic. The costumes, I love the color. The movie's not dark and gritty. It's got beautiful colors, yellow, red, blue, just Madonna's dress is very sexy in the movie. The costume design. This was nominated for Oscars. Let me see. One of them was for Al Pacino, because Pacino is just chewing up scenery. He has like a hunchback, and he's talking like this. I'm gonna talk like this for the whole movie. He talks like that, and he is hilarious. Just, I love seeing Pacino overact. He's just like in the movie Heat. He's like, "Wow, she's got a great ass," and I'm like, I bet my friends love Pacino because he's just a legend, man. I wish he wasn't wasted in so many movies now. Yeah, this movie got 7 Academy Award nominations. So this is not a freaking B movie from like the 1950s. This is a classically overlooked 1990s film. It got 7 nominations and it won 3. So awesome. Not bad for a Disney movie done by Touchstone, which Pictures, who owns Disney. Best original song, best makeup. The makeup was freaking awesome, and best art direction. Yeah, I'm sorry to say this, but the 2017 Beauty and the Beast will not win as many Oscars as this. Sorry. Because this didn't have any CGI in it. This is all practical locations, practical sets, practical costumes, practical freaking people. The stunt work is really well done. And I'm giving this movie a lot of praise because it's a childhood favorite of mine. This and The Rocketeer were my jam back in the early 90s. And there was some controversy about it over the film rights, but I'm like, I never heard of Dick Tracy. This is how I knew Dick Tracy before they did the Dick Tracy of the 30s and Dick Tracy Meets Gruesome and all that. And I never read the comics, so it was a comic strip from way back in the day before I was even born. So, and the film got a really good reception, and it made about, in the U.S. it made 103 million, and this is in 1990. This is before DC and Marvel had their cinematic universes, and Marvel did their own separate things like Spider-Man and the Blade and X-Men. This was way before that renaissance. 10 years before X-Men. It is the 9th highest grossing film in America in 1990. And yeah, I think the highest grossing movie was Home Alone, because that movie made almost $1 billion worldwide. Yeah, and it said that economically speaking, the film was a success, and Disney was impressed by the opening weekend gross. They should be, because this is before Disney bought everything and ruined everything like this. But I digress. But this movie, it looks great. The art direction, like the sets, it looks just like the 1930s or the 40s. Let me see when this movie took place, because it doesn't look like a 90s film. It looks like a period piece. And I'm glad this won Oscars because it deserves it. I'm just looking at my phone. Um, see, is the plot here? Let me see. Yeah, here's the plot. It's it must have been in the 30s because they don't have any like cell phones or anything like that. But yeah, it's like the early 1930s, I'll say. And Dick Tracy is going on a case to put Big Boy Caprice behind bars, to trying to find evidence to put him away for a long time. Also, I need to say rest in peace to Glenn Headley. She passed away this year, and I miss her. She was the beautiful redhead in the movie. She has like an accent, like I think a Jersey accent or something. I love it, or a New York accent. I don't remember where she came from. Let me check here. Um, she's really good in the film. She's the one of the lead girls in the movie. I think she does a good job. I miss her like crazy. And yeah, let me see here. See, Pacino, yeah, Alphonse Big Boy Caprice. Doesn't that sound like the most Italian name ever? That's awesome. Madonna is Breathless Mahoney. Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. As much as people shit on Madonna for being a horrible actress, here she is perfectly casted in the role of the Breathless Mahoney because she is breathless to look at. This is her in her prime. This is her when she was singing. She has this stage presence when she's dancing and singing. She's like, I want more. And I'm like, it's Madonna. She is going to freaking knock your socks off when it comes to singing. And they make her sing in the movie, and it's not out of place. And she's gorgeous in this movie. I'm not going to lie. As trashy as she's been for almost 30, 40 years, I would take eye candy like her any day over Megan Fox, Felicity Jones, Sophie Turner, and you know who will never be mentioned again because she kills me inside. At least she is casted right. Everything she wears, she's got this pale skin, she's got this gorgeous blonde hair, and she has this sultry voice. And I'm like, yeah, she's all woman, man. Madonna's never been a dude. That's all woman right there. Yeah, Glenn Headley. Headley, not Hetty. She's not related to Dick Tracy's girlfriend. Yeah, and also the kid, Charlie Carsmo. He's not an actor anymore. He was in Hook, and he's in this movie. I liked him in the movie. He's not annoying. He's really cute, and I thought he played well with Warren Beatty. They had pretty good chemistry for a young kid and a guy in his 50s. And I didn't notice the difference of age. Like I didn't notice. I thought Warren Beatty was like in his 40s when he did this movie, but he was the oldest actor to play Dick Tracy at the time. And I think he does a good job as Dick Tracy. I just love his character. It's a very fun movie. It never gets too dark. One problem, the film is a little bit too long. Just at the end, like in the middle act, there's a scene where, there's a guy on the phone, or you think, who has a mask. It looks like Rorschach from Watchmen, and it talks like this: Tracy, I know information that can lead you to arresting it. And basically, spoiler alert, it's Madonna in disguise. But I bought it, and the way whatchamacallit, Big Boy dies in the movie is just like the Joker in Batman '89. He falls into a pit, but it's done in a different way. It's not from a tall building. He's not laughing at the end, and this time he like tosses him over. He doesn't make him fall. But yeah, this movie is a lot of fun. If you can find this movie on DVD or streaming it on Netflix or watch it on YouTube or somewhere, see this movie. It's a little long. It's an hour and 45 minutes. I think the 15 minutes could have been cut out, like just for pacing. But the rest of the film looks great. The acting is fantastic for a Disney movie. This is more of a Touchstone film, but that was owned by Disney. That's why The Nightmare Before Christmas is considered a Disney movie. But damn it, Touchstone, why did you release this bare bones? This should have had a commentary. I would have loved to hear Warren Beatty's thoughts on this movie because it's 27 years old. 27 years old. This thing is as old as Emma Watson, and this movie holds up. It still looks great. I can still get a smile when I see Madonna or when I see Warren Beatty when he's talking to his watch and he's like, I'm on my way. I remember that as a kid. And seeing this movie was a lot of fun. I hadn't seen this movie in a long time. And, it holds up. And and guys, if you've never seen like a film noir or like an old mobster movie, go in with an open mind. Remember, this is not a superhero movie. This is a comic book strip movie from the 90s that is a period piece as well. So you're not going to see cool gadgets like in the Avengers or Spider-Man Homecoming or Thor or any of these movies. No, it's not as flashy as you think, but man, I love the way this movie looks. I love the way when a movie looks like a film. Fuck you, Suicide Squad. Your rainbow colored bullshit looked horrible. Why did you win best makeup? This is good makeup. Not freaking Harley Quinn with this freaking ugly white makeup that makes her look like an albino Anne Hathaway with this, oh, daddy's little monster. No, fuck you, Academy, for doing that. This is a much better movie. This doesn't have rainbow colored bullshit. It has really bright colors, great art direction, a really good original song, great performance by Al Pacino where he's overacting, and it's fantastic to watch. And Beatty directs the hell out of this movie. I miss Warren Beatty. I wish he would direct more films. I know he's old now; he's like in his 70s, but the guy nailed it with this movie. Even if Tim Burton had done this movie, I don't think it would have been the same film. It would have been just weird out of nowhere. But he produced it, he directed it, he didn't write it. Jim Cash and Jack Epps Jr. Wrote the movie, and it doesn't feel too bloated. Like there's just 10 or 15 minutes you could have cut out, like some subplots that go nowhere. The scene with Mumbles is way too long. I love Dustin Hoffman's performance because he mumbles and he goes, but since he's such a great actor, you don't laugh at that like in a way that it's funny, but not in a way that's insulting. The guy perfects it, and it's a great cast. I don't care about the freaking scandals of Harvey Weinstein and whatever. You know, movies and shows are for our entertainment. Entertainment that always has a dark side. Remember that, Hollywood always has a dark side. Enough said. But this movie is awesome. Watch it. It's a good movie. It got a 6.1 on IMDb. I think that's a little low. It deserves like a 7 or 8. It's a good movie. And the action is well done. There's no shaky cam, no quick cuts, no bad edits, no keeping the camera out of focus. No, it's all right before your eyes, and it's a wonder. And I miss Disney movies like this. I miss when they gave a shit. I miss when they didn't have to throw a big budget in our face. Now, that's all they do. Big budget, right in your face, right in your face, right in your face. That already gave me all the visuals I needed. And so did that this year. I don't need a movie to hammer it in my face. Not all CG is created equal, but this movie didn't have any, and it still looks great. And I really enjoy the film. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Watch DickTracy. I recommend it. Josh, Sean, Tevya, Anthony, Parker. When Thanksgiving break, watch this movie. It's worth your time. Later.